I'm Arnav Mishra, and I'm currently navigating my sophomore year at UBCO, pursuing business management. And I'm signing up to be your next VP Campus Life.
Hi, my name is Simon and I'm running for VP Campus Life this year.
Hi, I'm Anish Jakhar and I'm running for VP Campus Life.
Okay, starting with the rapid fire question. Name two events the SEO hosts every year.
Frosh and mental health awareness events, I guess.
Frosh and, well, I was hoping for Recess. It was supposed to be Recess, but it's not.
Frosh and Recess.
What inspired you to run for the position? Give us an example of an event you've organized in the past.
Oh, I have a lot of answers for these questions. I actually have more than 2 years of experience in hosting events across 2 countries for a major company, and the company's name is Lost in Music. So I have a fair idea about how to host events so there was one time I actually gathered 300 people in a single day.
Recently, we had a rave that I organized with a group called Resonance. I DJ'd, I was the opening DJ for that, and great time. And I love organizing events like that. I've DJ'd in the past, and usually whenever there's well events, I'm always there as well. Sometimes I'm in the party, sometimes I'm outside as effort. That's the emergency first response team. So I've been well along in the event organization scene. On top of that, as an RA or a residence advisor in this past year, I've learned a lot of different skills, and I've picked up on a lot of different things, whether it be the Diwali event, whether it be hosting a cricket night, or whether it be hosting another regular weekly community builder for my community. It's all over. Well, it's not all over. It's just I've done a lot of different things, and because I've done a lot of different things, I've picked up on a lot of different skills, and I'm really looking forward to using those skills as a VP Campus Life. Yeah.
So I've come from a family background which is deep into hospitality and services. So that is my forte, and I've dealt with a lot of artists and organizations to host events. So it has always been my thing. So that is why, and I've also been in contact with the previous VPs throughout the years to help them volunteer or organize events. So that's what led me to be a part of SEO this time, and I think we needed some change, so I want to bring that change.
How do you plan on collaborating with student unions and clubs while organizing events?
My number one plan is a reimagined Frosh, which if I do happen to become VP Campus Life, I won't call it Frosh, I'm going to call it the Okanagan Music Festival, which is going to be open for everyone. Unlike how it has been the past years, it's only been for university students, right? I'm going to make it more inclusive and diverse for everyone. So I'm planning it to be about 4,500 people. I also plan on renovating the well, because what I see is this year, the events at the well have been pretty dead. Everyone knows it. They've not been good events. And I think it's not because students aren't coming or it's the music. I think there's too much light at the well. Not everyone is too confident to dance. People are too conscious. And the amount of light at the well, it just makes people want to play pool or just sit by the table. I feel like if we just maybe invested in some smoke dispensers or laser lights, better lights, smoke guns, and just lower light at the well, I think the events at the well can be popping. So that's what I plan to do. And I also plan to invite speakers who can address mental health awareness concerns, and they can introduce strategies for coping. And I plan to have events like these frequently, like once a month, so students feel more included in that. Yeah.
I think something big I've seen, especially as being someone that's working once in a while with the karaoke club, is that there's a lot of different collaborations you can do. I believe there's one coming up with AgeLink and the karaoke club, and AgeLink is working with a lot of different clubs. So looking at that, another thing that I have a great idea about is taking dance clubs. There's a lot of different dance clubs, a lot of beautiful talent that we have in our campus that could be used for halftime shows, right? We have so many different heat games that we could present these dance clubs at, right? There's so many different opportunities to be had, especially with these halftime shows and even at like Residence Life events, or whether it be just a general event, whether it be a TED Talk or whether it be a speaker series. I think there's a lot of different opportunities when it comes to, presenting different student associations, and that's increasing their opportunities to showcase their clubs, right? And I think that's what matters, because every student's here on a journey, and they all want to show what they're about.
So I think that our resources are best used when we collaborate with different entities, because most of them have similar interests, reaching out. So if we pool our resources for different clubs to organize certain events which advocate their points equally in that event, right? That would really help us.
Lastly, why should students vote for you? What do you bring to the table?
It's not about whether they should vote for me or not. It's how many students have the same perception of the university as me. Because my perception of the university this year has changed a lot from what it was last year. This year, I don't see anyone around campus after 5 p.m. I don't see anyone on Academy Way after 5 p.m. There's no life, there's no music. One more thing that I actually plan to do is have small speakers across each of these lamps and play calming music, which is also physiologically proven to reduce stress. And if they plan to have much better parties, which I'm actually kind of known for, because I've hosted a lot of parties here. I've hosted one in Quail Ridge, which was about a 300 people party. And if they just want a more lively campus, because I think that's what I bring to the table. I bring more life to the position. I'm going to make it a much more lively campus, because as we all know, 10 years back, UBCO used to be known as a party campus. But unfortunately, right now, it's losing its image. And I think I'd like to revitalize that image.
I think I bring a lot to the table. There's a few points that I think that I hit mainly. Food is a big one. I personally find myself going off campus a lot for food. I don't want to be doing that, right? If you're a first year, you're a second year, third year, or even a fourth year living up in Cascades, right? Let's just say there's a time where you're studying late night and you want to get food, and let's say it's snowing outside, right? Next thing you know, you're having to walk up all the way to Tossings, right? That's a pain in the butt. That's a pain in the butt, right? So nobody wants to do that. I think the best way to get around such an inconvenience is opening something up on campus, right? We have the well, right? But if we have something like the well, maybe something that's a little more 24 hours, that open up a lot of jobs for university students, which again, money is a big issue. Then I think that would also open up opportunities for food, right? Food insecurity is a big one, affordable and accessible food, right? As I mentioned, opening up opportunities for clubs to showcase their performances, right? Not only that, but really looking into funding for some of these clubs, right? I think resource centers had their budget cut down, and I've read through the Phoenix articles and the Phoenix reels, and I found that it was because a lot of that budget wasn't being utilized. So I think it's important for us to look at not only at the resource centers as a whole, but each individual one to see how we can best suit their needs, right? Resources are big. I personally use student health and wellness, and I think it's very important for us to play into that and for us to try our best to improve those services for students. So those are just a couple of points. There's a lot more. Check out the poster, obviously.
I don't want to be someone who's going to be talking for the students. I want to be someone who's going to be there as a bridge between the students and the SEO. I want what the students want. I would bring them out or ask them, is there something so specific that you need to do or you want to do for your own organization, right? And another thing I would be promoting through this is leadership opportunities. If there's a certain idea that has a lot of interested parties, right? We would bring that person up. We would help him host that event through the SEO, and that way he would be a part of the SEO too. That's what SEO is about, the students.
Hi, I'm Arnav. I'm standing up to be your next VP Campus Life. Voting starts March 4th at 8 a.m. and ends Wednesday. Please do cast your vote.
Voting period opens March 4th at 8 a.m. Vote time for VP Campus Life, and I'd really appreciate your vote.
Okay, the voting period begins March 4th and goes up till March 6th. Please vote for me.